J. Vernon Magee said the book of Habakkuk begins with a question mark and closes with an exclamation point. Habakkuk makes one of the strongest statements of faith you will find in all of the scriptures. This statement makes a fitting climax to the whole book. Why are the prophetic books important for us to read and study today? One of the reasons is that prophetic books deal with the weighty issues of life, and that without the prophets, one faith can grow shallow and weak, unable to stand up to the rigors and challenges of life. This is certainly with the book of Habakkuk. The book of Habakkuk is all about faith in God. In fact, we saw that the key verse of the whole book was Habakkuk 2, verse 4. The righteous will live by faith. The book of Habakkuk challenges us to put our faith in God even during the worst of times. When Habakkuk reached the end of his journey, he had moved from the place of doubting God to a place of trusting God no matter what. And that no matter what was a serious issue for him, far more serious than most of the issues we deal with on a daily basis. God revealed to Habakkuk that his country was about to be invaded, pillaged, and ransacked. Habakkuk and his people would lose everything that they had built over the years, everything they had worked for. It would be all gone. This is a whole different than trusting God even though we got a traffic fine or even though we had a bad day at work or at school. The book of Habakkuk challenges you to learn to trust God no matter what. Let's put the question in the same terms Habakkuk faced. If the country you are living in now is invaded and conquered by a foreign power, how would that affect your faith in God? Could you still rejoice in the Lord if you lost everything? Your job, your home, your family? Is your faith strong enough to trust God no matter what? How would you exercise faith in God during the worst of times? Habakkuk shares with us three things that he did even when he was facing the worst calamity of his lifetime. Let's look at these closing verses together and see what we can learn for the strengthening of our own faith. Verse 16, Habakkuk 3 reads, I heard and my heart pounded. My lips quivered at the sound. Decay crept into my bones and my legs trembled. Yet I will wait patiently for the day of calamity. The first thing you can do is wait patiently for God, even when you're afraid. God had told Habakkuk about the coming invasion by the Babylonians. God had described the arrogance, violence, and cruelty of these invaders in chilling detail. God also told Habakkuk about the great and awesome judgments he would bring upon Babylon and indeed upon all the nations of the earth that refused to submit to God. Habakkuk may have even seen all this in a vision, and Habakkuk is terrified at what will soon take place. He's afraid. His heart pounds in his chest. But Habakkuk chose to wait patiently because God had assured him that he would deliver his people amid the invasion. Even today, God promises to give us His peace when we give our worries and fears to Him. Philippians 4 6 to 7 reads, Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Can you trust in Him like Habakkuk? Be blessed.